Welcome to Almost Here, Round the Corner Future Technology Podcasts with Richard Jacobs. Future technologies poised to transform our lives for better or worse are the focus of this podcast. Almost here means these technologies are now here and starting to be used, or just around the corner, from Bitcoin to artificial intelligence, 3D printing, blockchain, virtual reality, and more.
Hello, this is Richard Jacobs with Future Tech Podcast. My guest is Suzanne Saffie-Siebert. She's the chairwoman and founder of Good Science Beauty. Suzanne, how are you?
I'm good, Richard. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, tell me about Good Science Beauty. What's the premise of the company?
So, Good Science Beauty is not just a beauty company. To me, it's a tech company. My team and I are always working on new idea and new technology, and I want Good Science Beauty to be a bit like Apple company and launch product with new technology even every year, if it makes sense. And usually, as I'm sure you are aware, most companies, they have one technology and some products, and that stay forever. I would like to see Good Science Beauty very different. Although, to me, most companies in cosmetic sector have dozens of products in various sizes and formats, and most of these products do pretty much the same thing. The Good Science Beauty is different. We go for fewer products, but each product has a specific purpose and technology that makes it really work.
What would you say is the difference with your face creams or other products? Why are they different or maybe more effective than what other companies might make?
So to me, is the technology make it different, not the active. It's Good Science Beauty. To me, the core technology behind the Good Science Beauty, which is the patented drug delivery technology, it make us different compared to everything else in the market.
Okay, I know it's probably proprietary, but what can you say about your technology? Is there anything that you can say at a high level that would let people know that it's different from what other companies have out there?
Sure. So our patented drug delivery technology is based on the elemental silicon, lipid, and amino acid. We call it Good Silicon Plus. Just wanted to make a clear point here, as we are not talking about silicone, which is the artificial polymer, and it's got a bad name actually in skincare. The silicone that we use is a naturally occurring element. It's the same element that you use in microprocessor. It's the same silicon that has powered the IT revolution, actually.
Right.
I always say silicon has revolutionized work and entertainment. Now it's going to revolutionize healthcare and beauty. So
yeah, I've heard that a lot of products, at least in the U.S., that's the only place I know, are very similar because of regulations. Like they only allow you to have a very limited range of things in them. So that kind of makes them, all the same except for the marketing of them. Are you marketing in a different space where you can use different items in the product, or how do you navigate that space like that?
So let me tell you why I see a massive difference here, because as I said earlier, Richard, it's not so much about the ingredients. It's really about how you use and how you deliver these ingredients in the right. So this is why the technology play a massive role for success and failure of the finished product. The technology we have give us that success because it's allowed to deliver an active. This could be a large molecule, could be a small molecule. We can tailor-make the active delivering to the skin in the right amount and act as a depot, so control release, with the reducing the amount of the active, still bringing the efficacy. So the whole idea of the Good Science Beauty is about taking active, deliver active, target the area required rather than using either large amount of the active, create toxicity, put the product in a zone of the safety compromise, or, as you just mentioned, due to the regulatory and the, FDA, they force to use a small amount of the ingredient, but if you're not able to deliver, then there is no effect. So it's all about technology rather than just API or the ingredient you use. The combination is the key to success.
Okay. What are some of the failures you see of creams and products right now? You said that they may have too much of the active ingredient at one spot, and instead of benefiting the skin, it makes a toxic environment, or you may lose most of the active ingredient shortly after you put it on, so it's ineffective. I mean, what do you see as the problems with current skincare?
So let me, for example, give you an example of one of our products, Purifying Face Cream. That's actually our first product. This is designed to fight breakout and other skin damage effects of pollution. If you look at the product, this product has very ordinary ingredients. There is nothing as, we discovered the new molecule or we identify something nobody else is aware of it. It's a simple willow bark, salicylic acid, which acts as an antimicrobial. And when you look at our clinical data and all the customers using our product, what they see the difference between our product and other product claiming anti-blemish and purifier is doesn't dry the skin. The skin is very moist. Is get rid of the skin blemish, but at the same time look after the skin. So why this happening with our technology? Because we able to target the area skin required to repair without compromising the whole skin through using, let's say, for example, sulfur, which dries your skin. Yes, it get rid of your spot, but skin become completely dry, and drying skin is aging the skin. So that's the one example for a very simple product which is becoming a star for us because everyone using it, they said, oh, I feel really, my skin is soft. I don't have that blemish, the spot is gone, but I didn't compromise and my skin still has that plumping, that, rejuvenate, but I treat my spot without compromising the other part, if it makes sense.
Okay, I gotcha. I mean, first of all, you're talking to a guy and not a girl, and I wash my face with soap. I use soap on my face and my hair, and my wife's horrified, but, at least I can appreciate a little bit of what women do to keep their skin looking good.
and imagine, Richard, you are talking to a scientist who never in entire my life could think, I will actually produce product for a skincare. But it was amazing when we start with the technology, we realize, how much we can make a difference in skincare products. So originally, the technology wasn't even designed for, cosmetic and skincare. It was, as it is now, the parent company, SiSaf. It was all, we are working on the area like Alzheimer, we are working on the skin diseases, even cancer, and a lot of other projects. But we realize when you are working on the dermal area, the technology could be also a new arrival in the skincare area. So believe me, I'm also like yourself, never thought about that, but here we are.
What got you into working on skincare? You said you were a scientist and working in other areas. What was the moment at which you decided to change and why?
It's not change. Is it's really still. We are, as you may know, SiSaf is Good Science Beauty's parent company. We developing and still in the a lot of number of healthcare application based on our technology. Most of them on dermatological application. And the Good Science Beauty is really extension of what we are doing on prescription and OTC. And we realize although the skin and all the product people they use perhaps not life-threatening diseases, but there are a lot of emotional involved. The teenager with the spot is not cancer, but they really go through a lot of emotional time. And if you are offering a technology which is able to overcome this problem without creating another problem, don't forget a lot of teenagers taking antibiotics, for example, for acne, for a lot of time for simple spots, or they take a lot of product which create a lot of problem in their long lifetime. If you are able to create, which we believe we have done it, a safe product, then you're making changes in life of people. As I said, it's not matter of life and death, but it's a very emotional journey for so many people with acne, blemish.
Makes sense. Okay. Well, those are all good reasons. So what are the main products of Good Science Beauty that use your special formulation, and what are their uses?
So Good Science Beauty is using our technology for all their products. As I said, we are not producing hundreds and hundreds. We are very, particular for what we bring to market. At the moment, we do the Purifier, which is anti-blemish. We are now bringing hydration, and also we are bringing skin brightening and firming. And later on, 2018, at the last month or two, or 2019, they are looking for sun cream, which is a major problem with so many people, especially with skin cancer. You not using a proper sun cream, you will face a lot of skin problems.
You mean sun cream? I only know about like suntan lotion. Or is it something different?
No, the sunscreen is really, especially
Oh,
with
sunscreen.
the.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. Sunscreen, I thought its only purpose is just to block the sun, but are there other benefits to using the right one?
Sure. Use that one, Richard, and you go into the water, you come, most of them is gone. What you assume you are protected, you are no more protected. That's number one. And as an adult, you may, be careful, but children, they go and you put the sunscreen on them, they go in the water or outside, they really not protected as you assume in the morning when you send them out. You need the technology which actually able to stain the skin and protect them, but at the same time, one of the major interests for Good Science Beauty is ability to also not block vitamin D3. So the technology is actually combining the protection, longer protection, as well as able to deliver the D3 into the skin, because that's where you actually get your D3, through sun.
I didn't realize that. So the wrong sunscreen, it may protect you for a little while, but then it comes off pretty easily, and it'll block the production of D3.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. This is one of the things, as I said, it's dangerous for everybody, but especially for children. The sunscreen you put, it can be washed, can actually remove, and the worst things is you assume you still have it and you are protected.
Okay. What about some of the other products? What are the pros and cons that you've seen of the right product versus the wrong one?
To me, it's really, I should say in recent years, the big trend in skincare has been focused on natural ingredients. I'm sure you heard about everything now is natural, organic, it's, good to use, is great. To me, most of this is just marketing waffle. As a scientist, I actually believe the natural ingredients are not necessarily healthier than synthetic chemicals. On the contrary, there are many natural ingredients that are bad for your skin, and many chemicals are purer and safer than natural ingredients. So, one of the things I'm very much unhappy to hear is all those products by claiming just because they are natural is right and safe. I have nothing against natural products, don't get me wrong. I just believe I don't take safety for granted just because you say it's natural. Each product should show,
I can give you one analogy. I can give you one analogy. I know with thyroid medicine, for instance, they have like Synthroid, which is the pure thyroid hormone, and then they have other ones that are made up of like ground up pig liver or something, or pig thyroids, and those are more natural, but they could cause problems because they're not the pure formulation of the hormone that some people need. Just as an example, so I understand what you mean.
Fantastic. And as I said, I have nothing against natural, but don't use that word as we are now. As I said recently, I can hear it every single ad, every product in the market, or oh, it's natural, so that's fine to use it and it's safe. Don't worry. How is possible? The Taxol is a natural, is a cytotoxic drug, is coming from natural product. So point is, as you just flagged also, just because it's natural, it's actually not safe. Sometimes purified chemical material with the right amount and correct dosage is safer to use than natural.
What about probiotics? I heard of one company that makes probiotics for skin. Well, for skin, I've heard one company supposedly that has probiotics for skin. Have you heard about anything about that?
Well, I love probiotics as, in the whole area of the probiotics. Questions would be how you stabilize probiotics. Probiotics is very unstable. It's like any other, compound. When you lose the stability, you lose the effect of the active. So is what they are saying, even put that probiotic in the yogurt and have that yogurt is helping you. The probiotic in the yogurt or in the skin, if it's no more active, there is no effect. So in principle, probiotic is great. How did you stabilize that probiotic to stay effective when you put it on your skin? That's the question.
Okay. Makes sense. So what's ahead for the next year? You mentioned a little bit of what you're working on, but what's the new products and formulations that are coming in the next year for Good Science Beauty?
So we are really, our interest is hydration. We're really keen to bring, and we are working on the, bringing the, hyaluronic acid. I'm sure you heard of that compound ingredient. It's a great hydration for skin. A major problem with this substance is a very large molecule, and although improve skin hydration, there is enzymes which actually inhibit the prolonged effect of that on the skin. So our new formulation with our technology is a combination of the hyaluronic and another ingredient, and the synergy between these two allow the long effect of hydration using hyaluronic acid. So that's one of our products is coming to market in next few months. The other one is mainly for skin brightening and tuning the skin, and that's again is a combination of two ingredients in our technology for whitening the skin, or what we call brightening the skin. And of course, as I mentioned to you, sunscreen.
Okay. Is there anything new? I mean, this is a bad joke, but it's true. Is there anything new under the sun, literally, in the skincare world that you're excited about, or that is coming, or is it really improving what's out there and making it more effective?
Well, this is what we do, Richard. We're not creating API. We actually working with what already in the research or in the market is already approved by regulatory as API and has a clear effect by making it work better. So for us, a major activity of us to improve performance of the current available API. And that's what we do. We're not creating any new drug or any new API or active. So it is our belief there are a lot of good active ingredients around. They just having a fundamental problem such as we just said, stability. There are compounds like Q10, give you an example, has a problem of the solubility. Hyaluronic acid is a large molecule. If all these compounds, you have a technology to overcome the fundamental problems they have, you have a very good product. And that's what we do. We focus on what is already available and make the product safe and make the product work better.
What's the best way to get in touch with you to find out more about Good Science Beauty and the various products, and even maybe to try them out if people are interested?
We would be delighted to send to you some. I know you said you don't use those creams, but we would be delighted to send it to you and just, try it. And we have a website, is Good Science Beauty website. I can send you the all link and information. And that's where we updating on a regular basis our product arrival and our mindset, what we thinking about this product, why we think the combination and hybrid of these two work better. So that website, the way we designed, and it will be more actually two-way communication, so the client can put their comments, even come with the suggestion. They use some active, they love that active, but that active has this and that side effect, and they can always reach to us, and we will work with the compound which people actually using, and they are happy with it, and they think, if it's not drying their skin, does the job. So we will work on that. If we can improve the active is already, doing the job, to make it better. So that's what we are really trying to organize the Good Science Beauty. It's not a one-way interaction. It's clients to us, customers to us, and we back to them.
Okay. Well, very good. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast. I appreciate it. And, it's going to be interesting to see what new products or alterations you guys are coming out with. So thank you very much.
Richard, many, many thanks for taking time talking to me. And please, stay in touch. And, of course, we will let you know every time we have some new product.
You have been listening to Almost Here, Around the Corner Future Technology podcast with Richard Jacobs. Subscribe to this podcast, post a review to discover more future technologies that are poised to transform our lives for better or worse, such as Bitcoin, artificial intelligence, 3D printing, blockchain, virtual reality, and more.